I shutting 6 times.
What is going on, Horror Gang? How's everybody doing this morning now going into the afternoon here on the East Coast? Welcome to another edition of I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, Marcus. This is the 6 Shots in the Morning live stream. Let's get to 200 subs. Live stream, live horror, talk, Q&A, whatever questions you want to ask, horror related. You know what I mean? This is what this stream is going to be about today. We got a ton of horror news that has been coming out over the last few days. Obviously, the big Nev Campbell news. Is she in Scream 6? Is she not? The Black Phone came out over the weekend. If you guys have seen that, we're going to get a little bit into that, as well as the Lost Boys, remake news. Like, we got a ton of horror news that's coming out, over the past few days that I definitely want to talk on. And obviously, with not being on live, Sunday and Monday, definitely kind of making up for lost time and stuff. Plus, I would love to get to over 200 subscriptions today. So I'm going to probably be going live for at least, so I want to say, arguably probably like 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock-ish, probably in the stream around there. You know what I mean? But I also want to announce that we are actually not just on YouTube today. For the first time, I'm actually streaming on also Twitter and my Facebook page. You know what I mean? I wanted to try something different today, kind of, get some more eyeballs, you know what I mean, on the channel, get some more eyeballs on the stream, and see if we can drive some more viewers in. So anybody from Twitter and Facebook who ends up clicking on the stream and you stick around and you like horror movie content, I put the link to the channel in the description of each Twitter and my Facebook description for this live stream. So if you have trouble finding the channel, the link is in that description and you can click on it and you can subscribe if you would like to subscribe. We're greatly appreciated. We have an ever-growing community here in the horror community on YouTube, you know what I mean? And we love for you to be a part of it, especially here on this channel. Let's hit the chat box here, see what we got. Screaming for Conrad. What's going on, buddy? How you doing today, man? Hope you're having a blessed morning so far. Larry Warner's in the chat. What's going on, man? How you doing? Not doing too bad this morning. I did stay up and watch that movie that me and Destin was talking about last night, The Watcher. I want to watch it again before I do any video about it or give any real analysis on it, because I'm not gonna lie, I was able to make it through the whole movie, but I'm not gonna lie, in between I was kind of getting a little tired and wasn't able to pay attention as much as I wanted to. But from what I saw, it was okay. You know what I mean? But I just want to go back and watch it so I can, have a better idea and understanding what the movie's about. And, then maybe come out with a video for it and then maybe eventual live stream. Kirsten Marie's in the chat. Hey, what's going on, Kirsten? Thank you for stopping in. Hey, Marcus, it was good to see you in Destin's stream last night. It was fun. Yeah, absolutely. I love doing live streams with Destin, man. I do. All you guys, I really am enjoying, the conversations that me and Destin have. It's kind of like the connection that me and Bob have, for sure. You know what I mean? Just everybody in this community, you know what I mean? Like the Night Watch Zone, Destination Station, Craving Something Scary, Faith Decided, all of us, like Killjoy Jake, we all have really good conversations when we're able to band together and, come together for a live stream. I really enjoy, the engagement that we have in this community. But yeah, obviously, obviously, if you haven't seen the description, I put a lot of tags, on this stream or whatnot and stuff. We're definitely going to talk about, the Nev Campbell situation. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that. Obviously, some big news. Me and Bob, when it first came out, we had talked about the possibility that when they delayed, filming for 2 days, and apparent renegotiations were going on, and then they started filming, we didn't hear anything about it. We had said something that maybe this was kind of a work to where they're going to still make us believe she's not in the movie, and then later on announce maybe she is, so that's definitely a possibility. But I'll get more into that here as the stream starts to roll along. Just kind of want to get my footing a little bit, still kind of waking up. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. I don't know why, but hey, and it's crazy because I hadn't been live streaming or nothing. But then again, when you do videos, and plus the last two videos I have released, well, at least three outside of my non-spoiler reviews, they've been fairly long. So still trying to get my voice underneath me. That's right, Kristen. This is the best community for sure. I agree with that. Definitely. We all show each other lots of love, support each other every which way form we can. Like even you guys in the chat box who aren't like content creators and stuff, like you guys are the fuel. In all honesty, you guys are what, in my belief, will keep us going. I mean, your support, I mean, makes us want to get up and be like, you know what, I want to do a live stream today, or I want to do some videos and a live stream, or a couple live streams. Like you guys, I mean, your engagement and your support, it definitely makes us want to get up and do what we want to do what we do. No, and I'd like to think I am speaking for everybody, all the content creators that in this community. You guys make us want to get up and be like, I just seen something, that I think, the community would be interested in talking about. Let's go live and talk about it. Oh, wow, I didn't even put this banner up. I thought this banner was up. Silly me, silly me, silly me. There we go. Let's get that bad boy up there. But yeah, definitely. Like, I definitely I'm really want to get into the Lost Boys news. I have an interesting opinion on that from my initial look at the cast list, and I hope that eventually, I want to say some changes are made, but I hope we get some add-ons, and stuff. And we're going to talk about that down the road here as well, for sure. Let's catch up here in the chat a little bit. Chat jumped on me. I don't know what's going on. Is it a little bit laggy, guys? I don't think it is because it's not showing me like it's laggy or anything. It didn't like show me any lag, but for some reason the chat jumped and I can't see any comments. All right, there we go. I got it back. I got it. Conrad says making some breakfast. Oh, what are you making? Making some late breakfast. What are you making, man? You got some scrambled eggs, some bacon. You got some spam. You got some spam, Conrad. You gotta have some spam, man. Spam is the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. Spam is the GOAT. Destin stream was amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always a good time over there at Destination Station. For sure. I haven't heard, Christian Marie said, I haven't heard much about the new Lost Boys, so I'm looking forward to hear about it. Yeah, I mean, this is news that literally just, came out, like the other day. It hit Google. I seen it, friends of mine posting all over Facebook. Like some of them, not too happy about it. Some of them are, some people are excited. I'll say this. What I'll do real quick is I'll look up the cast list because, like I said, I just gave it one good look. I didn't, really like get into it. So close some of these tabs here. Let's look this up real quick. The Lost Boys remake. Let's see. Okay. So it says the Lost Boys remake is happening at Warner Brothers Studio. Cast and director to be announced. Warner Brothers will reboot the classic vampire movie, The Lost Boys, with the stars of A Quiet Place and It, Noah Jupe. I'm gonna say that because I don't know if it's Noah Jupe or Noah Jupe. Some names with an E at the end of it. It kind of sounds like an A. That's how they pronounce it. So I'm just gonna say Noah Jupe and Jaden Martell in the lead roles. The iconic vampire movies Lost Boys are getting rebooted as a movie at Warner Bros. Um, okay, so what I'll do here is I'll pull up some photos. If you guys don't already know who Jaden Martell and Noah Jupe is, I'll download some photos real quick. Noah Jupe is a British actor. He played obviously in The Quiet Place, played in Honey Boy, Wonder, Ford and Ferrari. So he has some credits. He has some credits for sure. Now I'm going to assume, and I'm pulling up the picture now, so I could show it to you guys. So I could show these characters to you guys. I'm going to assume Noah Jupe is either playing. I would assume he's playing the Corey Haim type character. That's what he reminds me of because he's young, and he looks like he would be the type of character who'd be playing Corey Haim's type, character, in The Lost Boys. He doesn't look like the older brother, Jason Patrick. I could be wrong. Okay, I'll go with a more. This one looks a little bit more older. And Jaden Martell, I'll download him as well. And I can easily tell that Jaden Martell, he's probably going to be playing the what is it called? The role of Kiefer Sutherland, the lead vampire. I see that because especially with the blonde hair. Or we could be doing a complete role reversal. Maybe this time the kid with the dark hair is the vampire, is the lead vampire. Maybe to get different. I don't know. These bad boys up here. All right. Okay, over here. Nice, Conrad. Spam and eggs. LOL. Making that right now. I know that's right, my man. Hell yeah. Spam is GOAT, man. I don't care what anybody says. Spam is GOAT. All right. And then obviously after showing these two, I'll talk about some other cast members from this new Lost Boys that they're apparently already on the cast. That's why it's interesting in that article. It says a cast to be announced, but they already announced the cast. Like they already have a cast that's already set in place from what I initially read. But then again, obviously changes can be made, and certain actors could back out, so you never know. All right, so here we go. Here goes a photo of Noah Jupe. If you don't know who he is already, yeah, he's kind of giving me Corey Haim, maybe Jason Patrick vibes, but I'm gonna say Corey Haim. You know what I mean? Because he just looks younger. He looks like that middle, like teenage, 16, 14 to 16, type year-old character. Like he doesn't look like a guy like Jason Patrick who's over 18 years old, maybe 21, whatnot. Like he doesn't strike me as an 18-year-old that they would. I mean, he could pull it off. I would, I guess, you know what I mean. But I think he would be more, of the Corey Haim type character. That's what I'm gonna say in that regard. That's just the vibe I'm getting off of him. But they did say these are the two lead roles. So I mean, Jason Patrick, the older was, the older brother, you know what I mean, out of him and Corey Haim, and he was the lead role. So who's to say that, you know, they just go in a slightly somewhat younger direction in terms of this lead role? Maybe he's gonna be like 16 years old as opposed to 18, 19, or closer to 20. Like, all right, and here goes a photo of Jaden Martell. Obviously, know him from It and all that. As what was he played Billy in It, right? If I'm not mistaken, or Bill, yeah, Bill in the newer It movies. Yep. I can. Yeah, I think it's self-explanatory, especially with the blonde hair. He's going to be playing, the vampire. In my opinion, I have a feeling he's going to be the lead vampire, like the Kiefer Sutherland of the bunch. And uh I don't know, guys. Like, so far from what I'm seeing with this cast list, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, the one thing I enjoyed about the original Lost Boys movie was that outside of Corey Haim, everybody else was like adults. Like, everybody else was older. Even if they were supposed to be portraying, you know, teenage to early college years, student aged type kids, like they looked grown up, and so far from what I'm seeing with these two actors and the other actors on this cast list that they're showing, these guys, they look so young, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I really don't know how I feel about it right now. Looking from what I'm looking at this cast list, like they just look too damn young. Like, it's not that I have a big problem with that. It's just I want some believability. I want some seriousness. And I'm not sitting there saying teenage vampires aren't serious, but when I look at these actors, this look like this could be a vampire movie that's made for PG-13 rating. It doesn't look like a rated R. Like, the characters don't look like they'd be in a rated R type horror, like type vampire horror movie. You could say, "Oh, Jaden Martell was in It," that's rated R. Yes, I get that, but he wasn't the main antagonist. You know what I mean? He's not like being portrayed as the killer or the main villain. And this one, from what it seems early on, it looks like he's going to be. And from what I'm looking at the rest of this cast list, like I said, they just look like a bunch of young bucks. And I just don't know how I feel about that. I don't. It just, I don't know. And then on top of that, let me take a look at this cast list here. Because from what I'm seeing so far, I don't see no Corey Feldman. And unless you're gonna have this in an entirely new like location than the original, and those characters don't exist in this timeline, I would really like to see Corey Feldman back. It's fan service and it's nostalgia. Like, Edgar Fogg is still alive, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I did not watch any of the Lost Boys movies after the original. The Tribe and all that. I didn't even give those a chance. So, like the Lost Boys 2, I see it right here on Google, 2008 film. I didn't even watch that. I didn't want to watch it. Like, it just, not saying it might have not been a good movie. Some people might actually like it, and might like Tribe. I don't know. Anytime I see a classic horror movie like that, all of a sudden the rights get taken over and they go straight to DVD. I get fearful of that, because a lot of the legitimacy behind it doesn't always pan out when it goes straight to DVD. Hatchet is one of those rare, movies and franchises that actually made that work. But not too many franchises can make that work. Remake, cast. Okay, we're here on Collider. That's another thing too. If you're going to do a Lost Boys remake, you better have Cry Little Sister at the opening credits. And it better not be a new aged, new age modern version of it neither that somebody did a cover of. None of that shit. You give me the original Cry Little Sister song at the beginning of these credits. Okay, so from what so it says Noah Jupe and Jaden Martell will be the young talent at the center of the movie. However, it is currently unknown if they are playing reimaginings of the 1987 film characters or brand new ones. The caliber of young talent attached is already impressive, as both actors drew critical praise from Honey Boy and Defending Jacob, respectively. The project's director and screenwriter have also been announced. I am not okay with this director, Jonathan Entwistle, Grand Army Randy McKinnon bringing a remake to the screen. Interesting. Never seen any of those movies. Never even heard of these guys, so they're new to me. Brian Kavanaugh Jones and Fred Berger will help produce the remake through their company Automatic. Okay, so there's more, but for some reason it's not pulling up. Okay, here we go. This new iteration is not the first remake that has been proposed over the years. A television series pilot was on and off in development for years, eventually landing on the CW in 2016. However, both versions of the pilot were eventually passed on at the network. It is unknown whether this new remake will seal the fate of the long gesturing television adaptation. The Lost Boys centered around Michael and Sam Emerson, Jason Patrick, and Corey Haim, and their encounters with the mysterious vampire gang in their new town. The film had an assembled cast, obviously, Kiefer Sutherland, all that good stuff. So now they're just basically going into the old stuff. Yeah, so far we only have Jason and Jupe pay for this movie so far. They don't have a cast list like they said they did, like the article initially said anyway. So yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say that Noah Jupe will probably be playing the Jason Patrick type character. I mean, if they're saying he's going to be at the center of this role, he's going to be the new Jason Patrick, and Jaden Martell is going to be obviously the new Kiefer Sutherland, maybe the head of the vampire gang, or we can get a complete role reversal. Just because Jaden Martell has the blonde hair, that could be them bluffing us, and he could be the the one they're trying to turn into a vampire. Noah Jupe could be the leader of the vampire cult. Like, you never know. It could be, they could take it in many different directions, but I don't know how I feel about it on first look. I just, like I said, guys, what made the original so likable for me was that even though those characters were supposed to be somewhat younger, like, they were older. Like I said, Jason Patrick, what? I can even look it up right now. Let me look it up. Emerson and the Lost Boys. Oh no, not Sam. Michael. That's right. Corey Haim was Sam. That's right. Okay, so how old was he? They don't give his age, I don't think. I'm looking at it now and they're not there's no age. Like I'm just gonna go with the premise that Michael Emerson was like maybe 18 to 21. I'm gonna say 18 to 21. And I don't think Noah Jupe, even if he is around that age, you know what I mean? I just don't they don't look it. I don't know, guys. Like I want these guys to look serious. And it's nothing against these actors. It's just for a Lost Boys movie, they don't look serious enough to me. Like that's I don't know. That's what, in my opinion, captured, my imagination in the original was that they were supposed to be portraying, younger characters, but they had that grown up element to them. Like they had that, you could believe it because they were fully grown. These guys look like they're kids still, like, I don't know. Look up Noah Jupe's actual age. 17 years old. So like I don't know. I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about this news about the Lost Boys so far between Jaden Martell and Noah Jupe? Like, how do you feel about this heavily much younger cast that it seems to be they're going in with this in this direction? Like let me look up something. Let me look up how old was Kiefer Sutherland in the Lost Boys. Okay, so Kiefer was 19. Okay. He was 19. Looked older, obviously. See, how old was Jason Patrick? Okay, so I think Jason Patrick in that movie, it says he was 21 from what it looks like. And Corey Haim was like 16 or something. Yeah, the Lost Boys, how old were the actors? Let's look this up. Yeah, Jason Patrick was 21. Corey Haim was 16. Corey Feldman was 16. Jamison Newlander, 17. Brooke McCarter, 24. A lot of them are unknown. Kiefer Sutherland was actually 21 years old, so he was 21. Jamie Gentz was 22. Like all the vampires and Jason Patrick, they were in their 20s. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and they looked it. They looked grown. Like they looked adults. Like adults. Like, and it's nothing against Jaden Martell or Noah Jupe, but they're kids. Like, and it's not to say that they won't do a good job, but I don't want this being a teenagey type. I don't want the characters being too teenagey. I don't. I want them to be adultish. That's what made the original Lost Boys so believable. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got to have some younger characters, especially for Corey Haim's role, Edgar Fogg's role. I mean, and I hope that if we do get a younger Edgar Fogg, I hope we get the original Edgar Fogg, Corey Feldman, in it. Maybe we see him have a kid, something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? He had a kid or something. Like if they, go in the old storyline perspective. But I'm not feeling it, guys. Like I'll pull up their pictures again. Like I'm assuming Noah Japay is going to be playing the Jason Patrick role. They said him and Jaden Martell are the lead roles. So that would lead me to assume, and he kind of has that Jason Patrick look with the curly hair and all that stuff. And then Jaden Martell, obviously the blonde hair. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland, but like, guys, they just do they look menacing to you? Do these guys look like kids? Like if this was a vampire movie or if this was real life and vampires existed, right? On first look, as compared to Kiefer Sutherland and all the old school gang, would you be intimidated by these kids by this kid like you would have been intimidated by Kiefer Sutherland and his group? I don't think so. I don't think you would be this intimidated by him. Nothing against Jaden Martell. But if you go back and watch that original Lost Boys movie, those like Kiefer Sutherland and his group, they looked intimidating. They looked like they were menacing. I mean, granted, once we get to the movie, makeup and all that stuff could change, how we feel initially, but I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling it. I don't want this to be too teenagey, and I damn sure don't want this to be PG-13. And I'm starting to feel like that's the type of movie we're going to get, is a PG-13 type of movie. And I hope not. Like, oh man, I'm now that I've really delved into it with you guys, and I'm glad that we did get into it. I'm a little bit disappointed. All first look. Not what I imagined. Not what I imagined for a Lost Boys remake at all. Now, could these young men go in there and knock it out the park? Yes, they could. I'm not going to sit there and completely shit on them. And because it is a Lost Boys movie, I do want to see it. I'll give it a chance. But I'll put it this way. I'll give it a chance if it has an R rating. If I see a PG-13 rating, count me out. Count me out. I will refuse to watch a Lost Boy movie that is rated PG-13. Sorry. Not having it. All right, let's catch up with some of these chats and stuff. Hey, Necessary Distraction. What's going on, Amber? How you doing today? Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, Kirsten, absolutely. These kids seem a little young for this movie. That's what I'm saying. That's like I said, what's his name? Noah is 17. I'll have to look up real quick after I'm done with these chats what Jaden is. I'm pretty sure he's around the same age. Like, and Kirsten says it'll be like Twilight now. Right? It kind of does give you that feel because they are so young. And I'm not feeling it. If you can't tell by my facial expressions, I'm not too happy about this at all. But apparently this is where Warner Bros. Is going, and these are the actors that they want, and this is what we're gonna get. We'll see how they cast around him. Apparently, the casting ideas that they have, I assume, are pretty impressive, in that this cast is going to be pretty well received, I should say. But I'm not receiving it too well so far. So, I just think these guys are a little too young. You know what I mean? And in the original Lost Boys, we had actors like Kiefer and Jason Patrick who were, legal to drink, and they looked it. They looked it. That's the biggest thing, is they looked it. They looked like adults. Like the only people who should be young is the Corey Haim type character and Edgar Fogg and his buddy. That's it. Sam Emerson and Edgar Fogg, and I forget the other young man's name who was with Edgar. But those three are the only three young bucks that we should really have in this movie, if you're going to tell a rehashing of the original story anymore. And if they are like retelling the original 1987 story, they're already off to a bad start. Yeah, Larry. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, just yeah, man. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. Ha, Larry says, "Dang guys, I'm craving spam and eggs. Yeah, man. Go get you some. That spam and eggs is where it's at, man. Especially you crisp that spam up, just nice. Give it add some crispiness, a little burntness to it. What? And love me some spam. I gotta get me some more. Yeah, absolutely, Kirsten. She says, I'm definitely nervous about them being so young. This movie needs somewhat mature cast, still young, but feel like adults is what makes the sense. Yes, absolutely. Like the original one, like I said, you had in terms of the vampire cult with Kiefer Sutherland, and in terms of Michael Emerson, they were all adults. They were all basically legalized to drink. At least the actors playing the roles. You know what I mean? Like these kids aren't even legalized. What used to be to smoke, the legalized age used to be 18 years old. He's Noah Jupe 17. So he's not in technicality. If the legal limit, to smoke was still 18, he wouldn't even be legalized to even smoke, yet let alone have a drink. You know what I mean? At least in a lot of states, anyway. So I agree. I'm not feeling this whole, these young bucks. Like I'm not. I'm really not. Like not feeling it at all. Hey, Jackie, what's going on? How you doing today, Jackie? Thank you for stopping in. If you missed anything, Jackie, we were just actually talking about the news of the new Lost Boys remake being announced and being done. Well, not being done. They obviously got to get everything else together, the rest of the cast and all that stuff, and the director. But like Warner Brothers is like full go about it. So and we also have Jaden Martell and Noah Jupe, who is pegged to be the lead roles. And or put this photo back up. This is Noah, obviously. And I would, like I said a few minutes ago, I think he is going to be the new Jason Patrick type character. He kind of reminds me of Jason Patrick's character in the original, with the curly dark hair. And then we got Jaden Martell. If you don't, obviously he was in it, and if you can see by the blonde hair and stuff, it looks like he's going to be our new Kiefer Sutherland. And I'm not feeling it, Jackie. Not feeling it at all. They're a little too young, in my opinion, and it's not a knock on them. It's just if they were playing, like I said, the roles of Sam Emerson, Edgar Fogg, and Edgar Fogg's partner, different ball game. I would have no complaints about that. But they are actually being pegged to be the lead roles. Like these two guys that I just showed you are supposed to be the two new lead roles in a Lost Boys remake. And I'm not feeling it. It's nah. I'm starting to really feel early on, and I know it's too early to tell, but I feel like this is going to be a PG-13 movie. I do, because of all the young bucks we have, and I hope it's not. If they do make this a PG-13 movie, I won't watch it. I refuse. I don't want to watch it. If they make this PG-13, I don't want to watch it. Now, I think they're going to be smart enough to not do that because they know, diehard fans would want to watch it, but will want to see what this new Lost Boys has, to offer. But if you make it PG-13, I think a lot of old school fans would immediately pick up on it and be like, yeah, I don't think I want to watch it. Let's hope they give it an R rating. Let's hope they give it an R rating. Let's see, how the cast around these guys fill out, and let's see if we can give it a chance. I'll give it a chance only if it avoids a PG-13 rating. If I see a PG-13 stamp on that bad boy, you will not catch me at that theater. You won't see no videos. You won't see no live streams. I won't watch it. I refuse. You cannot give me a Lost Boys movie that is rated PG-13. Just can't do it. I'm not. No, I don't want that. No, especially if we're trying to get really brutal, which especially in modern times, that's the big modern thing to do is incorporate a lot of blood and a lot of brutality. I think that would serve well for this movie, and you have to have guys that just look aggressive. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at Jaden Martell to him. I'm not looking at him right now. Oh, I think I'm lagging a bit. Hold on. Let's get this together. Okay, so I do not know what the hell just happened right. We got this taken care of. I guess I went through a crazy lag at some point or whatnot. So just I start acting crazy when our StreamYard pulled up and said the page is unresponding or whatnot. So I guess I just had to click out and then come back in or whatever. So sorry about that, guys. You know what I mean? But obviously, let's pick back up right where we left off. Not going to keep you guys waiting any more longer. Um, yeah, like I'm not feeling this whole new Lost Boys direction. These guys are a little too young. I want people who are going to be a little bit more, you know what I mean, like more adult looking, a little bit more fierce. Like I'm sorry, like I said, guys, when you look at Jaden Martell, look at him again. I'll pull back up for you. I'm not trying to shade the man, or the young man, I should say. You know what I mean? But look at this kid. Does he look like somebody, especially as a vampire, that you would be intimidated by? No, He wouldn't. As opposed to how Kiefer Sutherland looked in the original. No, Kiefer Sutherland looked somewhat menacing and intimidating. This kid, I mean, again, it all depends also how they do his makeup, how he's going to look in the movie. But I don't know. Just not really feeling it. I'm not feeling this young buck direction. Not feeling it at all. And let's just hope that lag does not happen again. Going through some of these chats here. Let's catch up a little bit. Okay. Larry says, honestly, though, the 1987 film wouldn't have been R-rated by today's standards. It probably would have been PG-13. Times have changed. I mean, I think especially because of the sexuality scene and the whole cult aspect. I think I would disagree with that. I think they would still. I think it still would be rated R in that time, and I think it should still be rated R in this time as well. Like I just feel like with that type of dialogue that we got in the original, that was it wasn't coded like an R-rated, like wasn't like super R-rated, but it was a solid R-rated. You know what I mean? Wasn't like overdone, wasn't over or undercooked. It was right there in the middle. But you know what? Now I think about it by today's standards, yeah, you're right. Yeah, by today's standards, yeah, it probably would be PG-13. Maybe, maybe, maybe. I would hope not, though, because I feel like if that were to be the case, we wouldn't even get, a lot of the, good scenes that we got in the original one. I feel like when you have an R rating, you're pushing I mean, some, don't push the envelope like they should. But, some of these, directors who, have these horror movies that get an R rating, they know how to push the envelope. And that's what I want to see in this type of movie. I don't want to see, you know, I don't want to see nothing quick or crazy, like just a quick little nibble, a quick little bite, and then, the person turns or dies, whatever. I want to see some brutality. I want to see some type of brutality. But the most important thing is I want to see storytelling. I think that's what the Lost Boys did a really good job with, especially with Jason Patrick's character. You know, the storytelling of can he turn and will he turn? And when he does turn, what will he be one of them or will he be against them? I really liked that part of Jason Patrick's story in the original for Michael Emerson. And I don't know. I'm not too confident about this new one. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit scared. We'll see though. Larry says, I would love a Lost Boys that is R-rated today's standards, but they did it the same as the original. It probably would be PG-13. Yeah, I mean, well, especially with this cast, you're probably right. Especially with this type of cast, with how young they are, you might be onto something. In all honesty, so we'll see. Obviously, more news will come out later on down the road, and I'll keep up on it because I do want to see what direction this is going to go. I want to see who else they're going to cast, and I want to see if this is a retelling of the old story or is this a whole new direction. Now, if this is a whole new direction, I'll give it a chance, but I still wish we would have had more adult-like antagonists and a main character to follow on. I think these guys are a little too young. You know what I mean? And I don't know though. You never know. They might knock it out the park, and we might enjoy it. So I'm going to attempt to give this movie a chance. I'll attempt. I will attempt for sure. But all right, we're gonna get off the Lost Boys topic for now, and obviously we'll revisit that once we have some more news down the line. Um, Now I want to get into this Nev Campbell conversation, and oh yeah, some big news. I mean, some big rumors, I should say. A lot of big rumors coming out over the last few days that our beloved Nev is actually back in Scream 6. Um Apparently whoever did leak this as well also wrongfully leaked her role in the movie. So hopefully whatever was leaked wasn't actually what the role she was supposed to have. Because we all know that they make different scripts for the movie for that reason, so leaks don't get out and all that stuff, But rumor is that Nev is back in Scream 6, and my initial take on it, guys, is until it's made official, I'm not gonna believe it. However, where there's smoke, there is fire. Obviously, point an example. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I think I'm starting to lean towards. I was more at 60-40 no. That's starting to tilt at 50-50 for me, and here's the reason why. Is because me and Bob, you guys know Bob, that he's here on the channel a lot with me, Hunting for Entertainment. Shameless plugs. You guys want to, if you're not already subscribed to his channel, go look it up and go get over there and subscribe. Another great content creator. Me and Bob were talking about this when all this Nev news broke out and all that stuff, and we had talked about how those 2 days where they stopped filming to renegotiate with Nev, and then when they did start filming, we heard nothing about renegotiations happening, or did it happen, did it not happen? We heard nothing. And we both came to the conclusion, like, okay, what if this part of the whole ordeal, the saga, between Nev and the studio, what if from this point, now they were working us into believing she still wasn't in this movie, but they got a deal done right then and there, and they just held off until a few more weeks until they were going to announce that she actually did renegotiate and she is in this movie. We actually kept that possibility open in our heads. And I just will say this. I think that is a possibility, as to that's a possibility that is what's happening, or it could be happening. I don't want to say 100% sure, obviously, but obviously where there's smoke, there is fire, and I don't know. I hope she is. I hope she is, for the simple fact is this: if she is in this movie, then we get the movie we were supposed to get. Because keep in mind, according to Jamie Kennedy, she was supposed to have a Hardy role in this movie. When I say when he says Hardy, that implies to me a good little chunk. Doesn't have to be half of the movie, but a nice chunk of the movie. You know what I mean? A nice little chunk of the movie, she's supposed to be in it. So if this is true, and it does get confirmed that Nev is back on board for Scream 6, and that the studios, gave her what she felt she was worth and what she deserved, then I think the positive thing we can take out of this is at least we're going to get the movie that we were supposed to get to begin with from Radio Silence, because they had her written in. They had her written in this story for Scream 6. And instead of getting the second script where she's not in it, we are getting the original script. So, again, guys, nothing is confirmed. Nothing is confirmed, but I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire, and there has been a lot of credible sources that is coming out saying that, this is true, and we'll see. We'll see once it becomes official. We will see once it becomes official. But I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What do you guys think about all this Nev news? Are you guys buying it or you're not buying it? You're buying or you're selling? You're buying or you're selling? I'm in between, you guys. I don't know whether I should buy or I should sell. It's a tough one. Castellar Garcia, what's going on, Castellar? Thank you for popping up, my man. Appreciate you stopping in. And guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already, like this stream, share this stream. Let's get some more viewers into this stream, as well as let's help get me over 200 subscriptions on the channel. The last I checked, we were at 188 when I started this stream. I will check it at the 1 hour mark to see if we made any progress or whatnot. But I'm trying to get over 200, over that 200 sub mark today, you guys. Trying to complete that goal. So if you guys would be so kind, share this stream. You guys have friends who aren't subscribed to this channel yet that loves horror content or even loves a little bit of wrestling content. You guys know I do some wrestling content here on the channel. Send them a link to this channel. Tell them to subscribe. Tell them to join the community and tell them to hit the chat box. All that good stuff. Like, just, show your love and support for this channel and for this stream. Let's get this channel over to 200 subscribers and let's keep the ball rolling. I must say, I'm really, really impressed by, the following that I've been able to get so far in a short amount of time on YouTube. I did not expect to be already this close to 200 subscribers. And to be honest, I only really started posting things consistently at the beginning of March, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going on 4 months, and not too bad of a start. Not too bad of a start at all. To be almost at 200 subscribers in 4 months. Obviously, you want to do better. You know what I mean? Trying to do better, but hey, sometimes, things take time. Appreciate it, Kirsten. Thank you. I appreciate that. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. Let's see what Castellar has to say. Lost Boys and the Vampires being night surfers would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that. I mean, I don't want it to get, too tacky. I'm one of those guys, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And if they're going to go with the original premise of the Lost Boys, I don't think I would want to see that. Now, if this is a whole new direction, a whole new, just a whole new line, a whole new direction and all that, then I can say, okay, if you want to get different, have these guys be some like night surfers or something like that. And yeah, I mean, maybe, go in that direction. Where the Scary Things Are had a good It vibe and some good performances, but better change third act. I watched that. I'm gonna have to write that down or bookmark that in my notes here on my computer. Where the Scary Things Are. Okay. Check that out as well. Yeah, I've never watched that. He says thinks Point Break meets Lost Boys. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, but me personally, I don't know if that's for me. You know what I mean? I just don't know if I would enjoy that. Maybe a lot of other people, you and a lot of other people would, and that would be cool. You know what I mean? But me personally, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I just don't know. But I mean, like I said, if you want to get different, that's not like a funky idea. It's a good idea if you want to get different. I just feel like if they're going to go with the original premise of the Lost Boys, I feel like you should keep things the same with a little bit of added different elements to it. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Like I said, until we get some official like confirmation about Nev Campbell being back in Scream 6, I'm not going to get super excited just yet. I'm not going to, I'm not going to go crazy. You know what I mean? Let's just take it, take it day by day, play it by ear, and we'll see what happens. I hope she is because, like I said, we get the original script we were supposed to get to begin with for Scream 6. So I mean, and I feel like this, and I've said it from the beginning. If Radio Silence feels like they can make a movie with Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and Hayden Panettiere all under one roof, while also still being able to develop these new characters, to an extent that we are satisfied with how they did develop them. If they feel like they can make that movie happen, let them make it happen. Let them make it happen. Now, I will say, if Nev is in this movie, especially, I feel like Gail and Kirby's gonna die. I mean, you gotta trim the fat somewhere. You gotta trim the fat somewhere. You do. You cannot. If Nev is in this movie, right? You cannot, in my opinion, have Gail, Kirby, and Nev live, and Sydney live. That is just too overcrowded, in my opinion. And you're taking away from the new characters. If Cindy is back in this movie, you gotta trim the fat. And I hate to say it, but Kirby gotta go. Gail gotta go. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta trim the fat, guys. And I've said it before. I think Scream 6 is going to be a lot like Halloween Kills. I think it's going to be a lot more brutal, and I think it's going to be a lot more blood. I think it's going to be the most brutal Ghostface that we've ever seen. And the fact that it's looking like it's taking place around Halloween time, it just screams Halloween Kills to me. I feel like they're going to do somewhat of an homage to Halloween Kills. You know how Scream loves to reference the Halloween franchise. You know what I mean? So it would not surprise me if they went in that direction. And I expect them to go in that direction in terms of upping the body count and the kills. I mean, the last time we updated, they had 12 cast members, and they're still adding on to that. It's going to be a lot of people in this movie, which means there's a lot of people that's going to die. A lot of people that's going to die. I'll ask you guys this in the chat. In this new Scream 6 movie, just, way too early predictions, we'll call that. How many people do you think is going to die in this movie? How many people do you think is going to die in the new Scream 6 movie? That's what I want to ask you guys. Way too early predictions. But give your way too early predictions. How many people will die in Scream 6? I'll even say this. If Nev Campbell is in Scream 6, how many people will die? If Nev Campbell is in Scream 6, how many people will die in Scream 6? I'm going to go a rough 10 to 12 people. And the reason why I say that is because there's going to be a good bit of newer characters that are just throwaways that are going to get killed. Like in terms of the college students, whoever these new college, kids that are around Tara, Chad, Mindy, if they're in college, you know what I mean? These new college students, in my opinion, they're going to be a good half of the kills. And then we're going to get some kills of some important mainstay characters to go along with it. But yeah, hit the chat and let me know what you guys think about that. Like, how many people do you expect to die in this movie? Way too early predictions. What's your count so far? How many people die in this new Scream 6 movie? I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick, guys. Stop the camera. All right. Christian Marie says the Scream 6 cast is large, so I expect a lot of deaths. Yeah, I do too. I expect a lot of deaths. Like, especially if Nev is in this movie. You like I said, you got to trim the fat. So especially if Nev is in this movie, and I expect them to make at least, roughly, at least 3 to 5 more add-ons. Even just a couple, even if they're just throwaways and they don't really count. Like we don't really know much about them to where we know that they're probably going to die or they're not going to have much involvement, in terms of role wise. Um, yeah, I think we're going to probably get 3 to 5 more characters. And if we have 12 right now, that would put us at 15. That would put us at 15 to 17 characters. And if they do, which I expect they will, if that's how much we get, let's say if we do get 17, then I think that lines up with my 10 to 12 person kill count. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to get a 17 cast, a 17 person cast for Scream 6 to where they can actually, up that body count and, go that direction and add some of these old school characters that they want to kill off in between that, while also still maybe developing a new character, kind of like a new Kirby Reed, like we've seen in Scream 4. Maybe we'll see that in Scream 6. I don't know. Maybe we'll kill one of the ones from, Scream 5, Mindy or Chad. Maybe one of them gets killed and we replace them with a new character. I don't know, guys, but, I do expect us to get 3 to 5 more roster add-ons outside of Nev if she's already on the project, and I expect us to get around 10 to 12 kills. That's only if we get, I'll say if we get 5 more roster spots filled and that puts us at a 17 person cast, then I'll say we'll probably get about 10 kills max. 10 kills max. Ryan Richardson showing up in the chat. Hey, man, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. He says, I'll say 6. It's a fair number. It's a fair number, I guess, for a Scream movie, you could say, but I really do think that they're going to try to push that boundary and maybe get up to close to 10. If not 10 exactly, maybe 8. I see 8 being, that's my least. That's my least amount of kills in this movie. Is set at 8. You know what I mean? But I just have a feeling, guys, that they are going to try to homage and mimic Halloween Kills a good bit in terms of the body count and the kill count. And I think we might actually reach up to 10 to the 10 kill plateau for Scream. And I'm on board for that. And another reason why I say that too, especially if we're operating under cult rules, if this is a ghost face cult like we think it is, who's to say, you know what I mean? Like, then all bets are off. If we get a 3 killer reveal in this movie, but they don't kill more than 8 people, I mean, I'll be satisfied with 8. But I feel like if you have 3 killers, you know what I mean, in this movie, like we think it is, you gotta at least have at least them average 3 kills a piece, which would put us at 9. Like, you know what I mean? Like you gotta have these guys doing stuff. You gotta have them active. I don't want 3 killers in this movie, but we get 4 people or 5 people that die. That wouldn't make any sense to me. Like, what the hell are you guys doing this all the time? Just running around, you know what I mean? Just trying to pretend like you're trying to kill people, and stuff. So 6 is a fair number, you know what I mean? But I just genuinely think we're gonna get more bodies hitting the deck. I do. And I'm hoping for that, in all honesty. I hope that we get the highest kill count and the most brutality out of Ghostface yet. I do. I want to see that. I want to see that 100%. Oh, Conrad, you're good, buddy. Sorry, guys, I'm getting an oil change. It's a long wait. Oh, yeah, those can be a long wait. Hey, man, you're fine. Hey, man, I just let the Night Watch Zone about Wes Craven's stream in August for Wes's birthday. Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's something, Conrad, that obviously me and you have talked about, and obviously you're going to be on the channel. That's when you said you want to be, on the panel and stuff. And I actually want to put together, kind of make that like a mega live stream. I think that's something that we should have a mega live stream for that. You know what I mean, and stuff to celebrate Wes's birthday. And yeah, yeah, man. I want to have that kind of be big. You know what I mean? I want to get Night Watch, maybe Craven if he's available, Killjoy, Fate. You know what I mean? Basically collective. Let me see if we can get the collective over here on the channel. See what Destin is doing. See what Bob's doing, and go hard, man. And have a great stream and talk some Wes Craven and pay our respects and show our love for his genius and his brainchild. Marie says that's okay, Conrad. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Definitely want to get out there and put that together because I think his birthday's August 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, or whatnot. So yeah, we can definitely do that. We can plan something for that. Let me see exactly what day that is. August 2nd, that's what I thought. So let's see what August 2nd, 22, what day that is this year. Tuesday. That's a Tuesday. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's something we can definitely talk about. I'll say something to Craven. I seen Craven just popped up in the chats. I'm about to say what's up to Craven real quick, but I wanted to check this out real quick. Yeah, so that's a Tuesday. We'll try to get together. And if anything, if we can't do it exactly on his birthday, maybe if it lines up for everybody, maybe we can do it over that weekend or something like that. Or whatnot. But we'll figure it out. We can figure it out for sure. But that's something I would definitely be down to do. You can have a live stream birthday and having a whole live stream dedicated to him and his work and us talking about our love for his movies, etc. I think I went through a little lag there. It looked a little shaky for a second, but it looks like we're back a little bit now. But yeah, speaking of Craven, Steven, what's going on, my man? Craven, something scary. Good afternoon, my man. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, Steven, man. He says, hey, Marcus, I am planning a huge Wes Craven celebration in August as well. Yeah, that's funny because Conrad had mentioned this to me about, I think, close to a month ago. And he had said something about Wes's birthday being in August. And obviously I looked it up then, and then it kind of like slipped my mind exactly what the day was. So I just looked it up, obviously August 2nd, and that falls on a Tuesday. So, and I was just telling him before you came in the stream, I don't know if you caught it, but that I wanted to reach out to you, Knight, Fate, the entire collective. Maybe we get Destin on the channel, and maybe we all, do something and put something together. And I see you're obviously doing one as well. So maybe we can both have two mega live stream parties, showcasing, Wes's birthday and, our love for Wes Craven movies. So yeah, we can definitely talk about it and we'll get together on it, man. But that's what's up. I know you are having a celebration already. I figured you would be, Steven. There's no doubt about that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like in terms of, because that's when Conrad said he wanted to come on the channel. That's when he would feel comfortable with coming on, on my channel or whatever, doing a live stream. So I just figured, you know what, if we were going to do a Wes Craven live stream, well, one, I'd have to have you, Steven, obviously, the Godfather of Woodsboro. You know what I mean? But I would like to have like a big, that's something that you would have to have a mega live stream for. So yeah, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? We can definitely talk about it, and we'll see what we come up with. We can see what we come up with. And I will definitely, of course, I will be there for your version of Wes Craven's celebration in August as well, my friend. But like I said, we can definitely talk about this other one that I got lined up with Conrad, because I would like to have you on that one as well. That's right. That's right, Kirsten. That's right. Sing it. I'll be there, though I may stumble my way. I'll be there. I do it every single time, and it's never gonna stop. It's just never. It is a ritual. It has become a ritual, even on my channel, that when you see those words, you just gotta belt it out. You just got to. It is a ritual. So every time I see that, I will do my best to belt that bad boy out. It is a ritual now. That's right, Craven. Sing it. That's right. That's right, buddy. That is right. It has become a ritual, man. I like I said, I mean, it's certain little things that you kind of get hooked on, that you find catchy. And I remember when I started, becoming, a member of Craven's channel and really tuning into his live streams and all that stuff. And he would play that clip, and I would just bust out laughing every single time. It made me laugh. You know what I mean? So it's something that really stuck with me, and I enjoy singing it every single time. You got to have fun in life. You got to have fun in life. Love that clip. That clip goes down in the history books with Marcus. Yeah, you're right. You are right. You are right, Kirsten. Yeah, he's the Godfather of Woodsboro. He's a trendsetter. You know what I mean? He is an absolute trailblazer. And I mean that. Like, absolutely. Like, for sure. Conrad. Yeah, but like I said, guys, like we don't know, what's going on with this whole Nev news. We'll find out, obviously, when it's official. Like I said, I'm if it is true and she is coming back, I'm happy in terms of, okay, then we get the movie we're supposed to get. We're not getting the B movie or the second script. That's why I would be happy. You know what I mean? That she would be coming back. I just hope that if she is, it's not like a missed opportunity or a waste of time. I will say that. I will say that. Now, let's venture off a little bit into some Halloween ends talk a little bit. So the other day, I believe it was last Thursday, maybe even or Friday, I had dropped a video because of them whole rumors going out that was Michael was supposed to die in the first 15 minutes of the movie. There's a bunch of rumors going out on Reddit about that. And I did a video about it, discussing it, giving my take on it and stuff. And I said it, guys, like, it's not like I full on believe that was the case or whatever. I personally was just saying, like, this would be so stupid if they went in that direction. And I stand by that. However, I also will say this is, if they were to do something like that, and I know it's already been, I guess, debunked or been said that it's not true, that's not what's happening. Okay, that's fine and dandy. It's not happening. But why I am not 100% ruling out that possibility is only for the simple fact is, you've seen what happened in Halloween Resurrection when they killed Laurie Strode's character off at the beginning of the movie. Excuse me. That is it. That is my only reason why I will not ever at least until we see Halloween ends, and those first 15 minutes pass and Michael ain't dead or he doesn't get killed off or whatever, until that opening scene and those opening segments are gone, I'm still going to have a slight little bit of possibility that this could happen based on that notion that we've seen it happen with Laurie Strode's character in Halloween Resurrection. And keep in mind, this isn't Malika Akkad who has the rights. It's Blumhouse. What did Jamie Lee Curtis want to do in Halloween H2O? She wanted to kill Michael Myers off. That was in her contract for her to come back for that movie. And the only thing that stopped that, which is why we got Resurrection, was Mustafa Akkad. Now, Blumhouse has the rights as of right now. Then obviously afterwards, they're going to kick back to Malika Akkad. But as of this moment in time, in the Blumhouse universe, this is not the Akkads. So it is not far-fetched to think that not only will Michael Myers die in this movie, who's to say if they don't pull that off? Who's to say if they don't do that? Think about it from this perspective, guys. How many years, till this day, people talk about that resurrection beginning and how they killed Laurie's character off and how it made them so angry. Sound familiar? What will piss the fans off the most, but will have them talking about it so many years later? If you kill the guy, the franchise, if you kill the franchise off within the first 15 minutes, that will not only infuriate the fans, it will not only infuriate them, but we'd be talking about it for years and years and years to come. We would. We would be talking about how big of a mistake that was. Maybe that's the allure of the work. Maybe that's why they would take that direction. It's not impossible to think that. Then also think about this. If the rumors are true, that there's some heat, as us wrestling fans like to say, if there is some heat between Malika Akkad and Jason Blum, well, we know studios love to dibble and dabble into, directors' work. It doesn't matter what the director wants. If the studio wants to intervene and change something, they can. Who's to say Jason Blum didn't say, okay, as a slap in the face to Malika Akkad, hey, David, I know this is not what you want to do, but I want you to do it. Kill Michael off in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Would they tell you they're going to do that? No. And this is why they won't tell you that, because they still want you to come watch the movie. They're not going to tell us if Michael is going to die in the first 15 minutes of the movie. They know if they did that, they wouldn't even get any ticket sales. There would be nothing to sell. If Blumhouse, just like somebody had commented on my video saying, oh, Jason Blum said that people would be really happy with this movie. And I, kindly responded back to them and said, that's what he's supposed to say. He's not going to tell us, the fans, the viewers, who he wants us to pay to go see the movie, oh, yeah, guys, you guys are going to be so mad. You're going to be so mad and you guys aren't going to like it. He's not going to tell us that because he knows that's going to hurt his pockets and he's going to lose money. They are not going to tell us anything that is going to hurt what is the main premise, and that is making money. So even if it is, most likely that Michael will not die in the first 15 minutes and they're coming out saying, oh, this isn't true. Those are just rumors. Guys, they're not going to tell us regardless. Even if it is true, they're not going to tell us that. That's a big piece of information, especially they're not going to tell us, because they know if they were to come out and say, yes, Michael Myers dies in the first 15 minutes of the movie and the rumors are true. Who's showing up to the theater? I'm not. Are you? I'm not. I'm sorry. If they were to come out and flat out say that, hell no, I'm not going to the theater. I'm not spending my hard-earned money to watch a movie that doesn't have the guy I want to see in it most of the way. It's not like they're not going to tell us that, though. And listen, I am more on the fence that this is not going to happen, but I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying, if we get to this movie and in the first 15 minutes, he does get killed off and he's not in this movie the rest of the way, I'm only telling you guys this. Don't be surprised, because it wouldn't be the first time we've seen it done in the franchise. It was not this would not be the first time in the Halloween's franchise where we've seen one of our main beloved characters get killed off in the beginning. And obviously we would hate it, but it is something that we would hate, but we would be talking about years later. We'd be talking about it years later. And believe it or not, that's what some of these studios and these directors go off of, for the simple fact is, hey, guess what? Either way, you're still talking about it. So guess what? If I wanted to come back and make another Michael Myers movie, maybe I could. And maybe I could redeem myself or piss you off even more. It can fluctuate. You know what I mean? But I think that possibility should not be ruled out. You know what I mean? We've seen it done in the Halloween franchise before. Do I think it makes sense? Hell no. You don't do that. You don't kill Michael in the first 15 minutes of the movie. But I'm not going to be surprised if I see it happen with my own eyes. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just telling you guys, you shouldn't be neither, just based on the fact that we did see it in Halloween Resurrection. But let's just hope that that's not the case, and they avoid that direction. They don't even look that direction in this movie. And another thing, guys, is who's to say that whole sequence of Michael dying in the first 15 minutes of the movie, who's to say that was true? But because word got out, that's what part of the reshoots are happening for. So I mean, I don't know, guys. I personally, like I said, I don't think it's going to really happen, but I'm not ruling out any possibility. I'm not. Anything's possible. Anything is possible, and I'm just going to leave it at that for that discussion about Michael Myers dying in the first 15 minutes of this movie. All right, let's catch up with some of these chats and stuff. Ooh. Oh, Craven. Whoa. Craven, this is a big update, man, because I just watched your video this morning about, Nev's return. And I remember you said you was at 70% no and 30% yes. This is a massive development. Now, Craven says, I've updated my odds for Nev's return based on 2 new sources. Now I'm at 80% chance she will return in big caps. Flip me from 30% chance yesterday. Wow. So Craven, do you have a video that's going to be posted about this, buddy? Because I think us Cravenites and the fans want to hear from you and want to know. We got to hear from you. The Godfather of Woodsboro has to speak on this matter. For sure, man. That's a big development, man. That's big. That's big. And I say that with such enthusiasm because if Craven's saying that and he's changing his odds to 80% chance she is going to return, you better bet your bottom dollar it's basically true. You better bet your bottom dollar that it's all but true that she's going to be coming back. Wow, that's a massive development, my friend. Thank you for that. Thank you. And I hope that you are going to be dropping a video if you're already not having one in the works already for it. Yeah, right, Kirsten, right? Right, Kirsten? What? 80%? That's real good. Like me and my friends like to say, that's real good. That's real good. That's real good. Real good. And like I said, guys, I'm excited for it because, like I said, we get the movie we're supposed to see. She was written into the movie before all this studio debacle. Radio Silence felt like they can make this movie with her in it while developing these new characters. And I said, okay, if that's how they feel, let it happen. And now it's seeming like we're getting what we want. So that's a really big development. And I'm interested to see definitely for sure what Craven has stewing up because Caught that, Craven? I'm interested to see what he's got stewing up for sure, because I want to see what he's got to say about these two new sources. So I will be expecting a video here shortly. Yep, there it is, right there. Bam, right there, making a video this afternoon. That's right. That's. I will be keeping my eyes peeled for that for sure. And I'll also be checking out. You know what I mean? I'll be having my ears and my eyes to the ground, seeing what else I find and stuff like that. See if I find any like legitimate sources that might help that claim as well. You know what I mean? Because I haven't really been able to find anything other than the Joe Blow stuff and all that. But I'll even keep it honest right here. You know what I mean? In all honesty, my main source for almost anything is honestly Craven. For the simple fact is, I know he's gonna do his best to not give any faulty details. You know what I mean? So, in all honesty, when I do my own research and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I do lean on Craven a little bit for information because he's really good. He's a really good source of information, for sure. You know what I mean? And Craven, I'm sure you appreciate hearing that, my friend. You're a really, really good source of information and really great at what you do. Okay, Christian Marie says, what if him dying in the first 15 minutes is in someone's dream? I mean, that could work that way. That would make sense if it was like a dream sequence for Allison or for Lori. Yeah, that would work for sure. I wouldn't be against that. But it'd have to be a dream sequence. Kind of like, it's funny you brought that up, Kirsten. Kind of like how Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was. The opening. That was a dream sequence. So yeah, if they do something like that, I'd be okay with it. But if it's like for real, they kill him within 15 minutes. I'm getting up. They might have to arrest me because I might just throw my drink and my popcorn at the movie at the big screen. And I don't know what damages will occur after that. So I don't know. I might have to spend the night in central booking and eat a fine. Oh man, if they did that, oh my God, like, because Halloween, you guys, I've said it before, that's my favorite franchise. If they do this to my favorite horror icon and Michael Myers, if they do this, if they go this route, I can't tell you my mental stability will be okay for a few days. It might not be, honestly. I will be so enraged and so mad that they decided to go in that direction. Words can't even describe it. So I'm not even going to try to come up with the words to describe it. It's, whoa! Oh, man, I am telling you guys, I would be so hot. So hot. But Kirsten, if they give it to us in a dream type manner, that will make up. That will make up for that debacle that is Michael Myers dying in the first 15 minutes. I'm telling you right now, if he hits the deck in the first 15 minutes and then we don't see like Laurie or Allison jump up from a dream, ooh, I have a feeling the entire theater will probably riot, in all honesty. Everybody, especially the diehards, will look and be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, oh my God, I can only imagine the response to that, for sure. That's absolutely true, Conrad. Craven is extremely credible. I always go to him for the Scream news. Absolutely. I go to him honestly for anything. You know what I mean? He does a fantastic job of making sure that his information is like tight. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. Like he does. He does a really good job. And yeah, absolutely, Craven, you deserve it, my friend. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you do, buddy. But yeah, absolutely. Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of my news in general, like if I need a legitimate update, like I could sit there and go on IMDb, I could go on all these internet sites and I can read all these articles and I can get a general idea and come up with my own, fact about it, I should say, if that's what you want to call it. But if I really, really want the facts and the real details, I go to Craven. In all honesty, like he's really good at that, like at keeping up with that legitimacy. It's the legitimacy. That's what it's all about. It's the legitimacy of what he's reading and how believable it can be. You know what I mean? That's why I go to him for a lot of my information for sure. Because there's too many sources out there they're not true, that aren't credible, that just say things just to say things, just to to get you to even get me to maybe do a video and be like, oh yeah, I heard this, I heard that, and stuff like that. That's why when I do videos like that, I try my best. That okay, just like the last one I did with Michael Dine in the first 15 minutes, I put a question mark beside it, because for me at that point it's just speculation. I just want to talk about it because I want to speculate on it. Doesn't mean I believe it's entirely true or 100% true or true at all. I just hear these things or see these things, and then multiple people see it or hear it, and I'm just like, you know what? Okay, let me give my analysis and my take on this, and and all that good stuff, in regards to that type of stuff. But like, I try my best. Like, there's just too many sources out there that are not credible, and Craven, Killjoy, Fate, the whole collective, they do a very, really, really well job of, the facts and getting the facts and getting credible sources and being credible sources themselves. But yeah, I can't wait for that video to come out later, Craven. I will definitely be keeping my eyes peeled for that for sure. Absolutely, my friend. Man, that's a hell of a. You got me stuck right now, Craven. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm just sitting here thinking about the mathematical flip that you just did in one day. Like, it's ridiculous, guys. Think about this. It's kind of like a complete 180. Craven yesterday said 70% chance in his mind it wasn't going to happen. Wakes up today, gets two new sources, and now my man's at 80% yes that it's going to happen. That's almost an 100% turnaround. Like, that's like if this was a basketball game, that would be the largest comeback in NBA history. Like, that's crazy. I think that's crazy, and I think that these two new sources that Craven has, if they make you switch like that, Craven, your odds, if you would call it that, they make you switch your odds that much, then these sources have to be like really, really, really credible. You know what I mean? Because Craven ain't gonna switch his odds, especially if they're not credible sources. I mean, those odds don't change if these people who are talking to him aren't credible. So I'm definitely looking forward to that video. You know what I mean? I am definitely looking forward to it, man. You got me pumped, Craven. Ready to go. I'm ready to go, man. I'm souped up. The engine is rolling. Oh, man. No, and that's not a bad idea, though, that Kirsten had about, that being a dream sequence, if that's what you're talking about, Craven. Oh, no, yes, Craven, you should do an emergency live stream. I mean, why not? I mean, hey, I'll be there. So, Craven, I mean, if you're going to go live, bro, put that notification out there and I will be there. You know what I mean? But either way, if you're not going live, you got a video uploaded, one way or another, I'll be looking out for that, my friend, for sure. I'm excited to hear what you have to say with these two new sources. Oh, love it. It's like Brady coming back versus the Falcons 28-3 comeback. Yeah, yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right, Steven. You are a New England like Brady fan. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a perfect plug. That's a perfect reference, in all honesty. That is a perfect reference. It is. That's a hell of a comeback. That's a hell of a turnaround. Hey, Harmony, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today, Harmony? Are you ready for next week's Hatchet 3 live stream we got going on, Harmony? Are you excited? That's right, Craven. Heck yeah. I'm pumped too. Yeah, man. Heck yeah. It's crazy, man. It's nuts because just about a month ago, we especially me, you guys saw my tirade on this situation. I mean, just a month ago, we were just like, oh man, like they done messed this all up. Bridges might have been burned. We're not gonna get the movie we were supposed to see. Oh man, blah blah blah. And now look at us now. Now with just a little bit of time and just a little bit of patience, you know what I mean? Things work itself out. And now we can hopefully, once it's 100% confirmed, we can all rejoice. We can all rejoice into the greatness that is Nev Campbell as Cindy Prescott. So, yes, definitely pumped. Definitely pumped. Harmony says, I'm doing good, and yes, I am. Yes, that's right. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. And Harmony, because you just came in the chat, if you are wondering why I am so like over the moon right now, is because our good buddy Craven Something Scary is going to be dropping a video, and I don't want to spoil too much for you, but let's just put it this way, Harmony. His odds on Nev return to Stream 6 has changed drastically. So might want to tune in for Craven's video about that and hear what he has to say. Hear what the Godfather of Woodsboro is speaking about. I love that nickname for you, Craven. I'm never letting you live that down. You are the Godfather of Woodsboro. You will forever hold that mantle, my friend. When Destin said that, I was just like, man, that has such a nice ring to it because Craven is really like the Godfather of Woodsboro. You know what I mean? For sure. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Bro, I mean, we've even talked about it before. This is how we wanted it to play out. And we said it, even if Nev didn't have a big role in this movie, we wanted it to tie into where she does have a larger role in 7. And then if we don't get Stu in 6, now you set it up for Stu in 7. Like, yes! Let's go! Yes! Yes, 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 let's go! Damn it! I'm so ready to go, man. I am pumped up for this. I can't wait for that video to come out, man. Ooh, I can't. I cannot wait. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Yes, that's right. Stu. That's right. Heck yeah. And that was the biggest thing for me with the whole Nev news. And Craven, we've had discussions about it and stuff, was like everything that I wanted to see in terms of like everybody knows I think Samantha's involved with Stu already. All that stuff. I'm not gonna, get all into that, today. But everybody who's watched my channel, who's watched my videos, who's heard me speak on live streams, know that I already feel like Samantha's in cahoots with Stu, as well as there's some possibility of actually Cindy being Samantha's actual real mother, not Christina. And I said that in order for, at least my theory, my end of those theories to be true, I would rather see everything tie in from 6 leading into 7, Nev having a bigger role in 7, and then obviously we get the Stu reveal at the end of 7, as well as maybe the Samantha reveal if she is revealed as, an accomplice with Stu, that she's been involved with him the whole time. Everything, like 6 was supposed to set up the grand finale for 7. That's how I wanted it to play out, and I think it's starting to play out that way. And what does Mr. Burns do?
Hello, I'm Mr. Burns. This is my agent, William Smithers.
That's how I feel right now. I'm plotting like I feel. Let's go. My girl Nev is coming back. Oh man, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Oh man. But the most important thing, guys, so let's say if this is 100% true that she is coming back and she's on board. The biggest thing, guys, is that the studio heard the fans, and not just that, they took what she said with value, with care and value, because the studio could have easily said, "Well, whatever, Nev, we don't even want you back, period." Now after those comments. But instead, they went back, they realized the error of their ways, they went back to the table, said, "Nev, let's renegotiate, let's talk about this, and let's make this happen, and let's make this work." And you know what, guys? For all the shit that we have given the studio, for not giving her money and giving her what she deserves, if she is on board, and this is 100% confirmed, you got to give the studio their love. You got to give them their due diligence. If she is 100% confirmed to be in this movie, as much shit as we gave the studio, we got to turn back and give them as much love and praise for actually being a studio that listens to their fan base and also listens to the character, their main character within their franchise, to have the cojones to go back to the table and say, "You know what? Yes, did you put this, whole story out there? Yes, you did. But you know what? You had good reason to do so. You're right. You do deserve more money. You do deserve what's coming to you. And this is here. Here goes a new offer. Tell us whatever you want, and we'll give it to you." Guys, if we were going to, we gave them a lot of shit. If this is 100% confirmed that Nev is in this movie and she's back, you got to give him just as much love as you gave him shit. I will be the first to do that. I just basically did. Because you guys know who I was eviscerating the studio. I was no holds barred on the studio. Like, I gave them no mercy. I showed them no mercy. So, it is only fair that if I showed them no mercy a few short weeks ago when I felt like they were making a mistake, when they actually righted that wrong, I got to give them their due diligence and their credit. Only if this is 100% true that they were able to go back to the table, negotiate in a fair manner to bring Nev back, then I will give them their love and respect and praise. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of us who did give them shit should do the same. You know what I mean? If you can dish it, you got to be able to take it. You know what I mean? And if Nev is coming back, then I will take everything that I said about the studio, to a degree anyway, back. Because at least this studio proved that they will listen to their audience and they will at least go back to the table and try to work things out. Which, as we know, that's not easy, for studios to do. It's not easy for studios to swallow their pride and realize they made a mistake, especially when it comes to some of the actors and the characters playing in whatever franchise that they're promoting. A lot of studios just don't even care. So the fact that the studio, if this is true that she is back, you got to give as much love and praise to the studio for being able to go back to the table and pull this off as you was able to give them shit for making this mistake to begin with. It goes both ways, guys. It goes both ways. And me, being the man that I am, knowing the criticism that I bestowed upon the studio, If they make this right, I will do my due diligence and I will give them their credit. I will give them their just due. I will not neglect the fact that they went back to the table and they was able to renegotiate and make it happen. And we don't get that often from studios. So if this is 100% true, gotta give, hats off to the studio for going back to the table and not burning that bridge completely. That's the biggest thing I think too, is that if she did renegotiate in secret, it's safe to say the first time they didn't burn the bridge. They just basically, she felt a little light. It was a little bit light from what she wanted. Went back to the table. They chunking that bad boy up. And I'll even say this. What I think what would happen is this. If Nev is coming back, they probably gave her some back end money. And I tell people this when everybody was sitting there like, oh, well, if she is getting $2 million, because that was the big rumor. If she is getting $2 million for this movie, that's enough. Guys, when you take out state taxes and payout and all that stuff to agents and publicists, that's really not a lot of money, especially when you're not getting any back end money. When you're not getting any back end money, that's your bread and butter. People don't understand that about the movies and about like sports. Boxing, for instance, I'll make an example. Floyd Mayweather made $32 million per fight up front, but it was always estimated that after every fight, he would take home $100 million. You want to know why? Back end money, pay-per-view buys, live gate sales, merchandise sales, the whole shebang. Back end money is where you make your most money. So in my opinion, if they were able to get Nev on board, it was the back end money that was like, okay, you know what? That looks a little bit sweeter. Now you got me. You know what I mean? And let's just hope it's 100% true, guys. Let's just hope it is 100% true. Right, Conrad. If it's 100% true, right, absolutely. Got to give the studio props. They listen to the fans. Hell yeah. If it's 100% true, well, I would say this. Even if it's not true, but we get confirmation that they did go back to the table and tried to renegotiate with her, then you can sit there. You can still give studio the credit because it's like, at least you still tried. You know what I mean? At least you did try. Whether you tried to the fullest of your capabilities, we will never know. But at least they did try, for fan service, etc. But yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'd be the first one to say it. If this is 100% true, I might even drop like a quick, like 1 to 2 minute video, like saying to the studio, I am sorry, I apologize, I underestimated you, young grasshoppers. You guys pulled it off. I would probably do a video basically not even apologizing, but giving the studio their round of applause. I would do that. You know what I mean? If they pull this off, if this is 100% pulled off, I will give them their props, because if I was quick to criticize them, I can be quick to praise them, when a moment they need to be praised. I can do that, It goes both ways. We got 8 people in the chat here. Guys, hit that like button if you guys haven't already, and share this stream as well. I'll probably go for till like 2:15, 2:30. It's probably like another half hour, 45 minutes or whatnot. Hang out till like 2:15, 2:30. Started the stream, started at about 11 or whatever. So, a few hours or whatever. Nice little day stream, you know what I mean? Talk some, horror talk, some screams, some Halloween ends, some Lost Boys, which we already talked about it earlier. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I'm scared for that movie. Now, let's delve in. I don't want to delve in. I was going to delve into the Black Phone, but I know a lot of us have not seen it, so we're going to skip that. We're going to skip the Black Phone because I know a lot of us hasn't seen it, and I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So, okay. let's just go with this. Let's stay on Nev. Let's stay on Nev in Scream 6. If Nev is in this movie, how okay, if Nev is in this movie, how do you think the core 4 character development will be in this movie? Do you think it will be entirely too much space being taken up by Cindy, by Kirby, by Gale for us to get clear character development on these 4? Or do you think Radio Silence has a plan to accommodate all of that? We get Nev back in the movie, but we also get the character development that we wanted to see in Scream 5 from these new characters, and we get that in 6. Like, if Nev is in this movie, though, do you guys think we will get that big character development that we want out of these core 4 characters? Because we've said it before, guys, like, if Nev is going to be in this movie, it is going to be difficult to kind of if you will, make that work in terms of building your new generation characters. However, I've been on the stream saying that I feel like if Radio Silence didn't think they could get it done, they wouldn't ask Nev to be in this movie. Excuse me. So my humble opinion, I think that they have come up with a way to where we will all be satisfied as OG fans, but also as fans of the newer characters, that we get enough character development that we will be satisfied while also being able to fit Kirby, Sydney, and Gale into this movie. I mean, I'm optimistic, guys. I don't know why. I have a feeling that these guys, they're going to make it happen that way, and it's going to work. I know a lot of us, fear the whole character development. There won't be no room for it, but I beg to disagree. I mean, I think they're going to pull it off. I don't know why. I just have this feeling, guys. I do. I have this feeling that they're going to be able to pull it off. What do you guys think about that? Like, if Nev returns to this movie, do you guys think we will get good character development out of the core 4? Or do you guys think we'll get much of the same as it was in Scream 5, which will obviously disappoint a lot of us? Because that's the thing we do got to look at, you guys. We can be happy that Nev is in this movie, but now you got to start wondering, I mean, where's the character development? Where's the character development coming from? As well as, again, who's all going to die now in this movie? I'm telling you guys, if Sydney is in this movie, if Nev is in this movie, Gale and Kirby are gone. Finito. It's over. I hate to say it because I love Kirby and I would love to see her make it to the 7th one. I just don't think it's possible. I don't know. Oh, okay. Craven says Nev's role will be very small in S6, big in S7. That's what it's looking like. Kind of like the cameo with, oh, yeah. Yeah. See, okay, so that makes sense. Or whatever, because, I mean, initially that's what we wanted anyway. We wanted, Nev to have a small role in this movie so that we can get that character development and all that stuff. I think a lot of us, especially myself, why especially we were like, hold up, why are they not, trying to get her in this movie if Radio Silence has her written in? I think at least from what Jamie was told or what he said is that she was supposed to have a Hardy role in this movie. But now that I'm thinking about it, who's to say? Because obviously we say Hardy, we think of chunky, which means a good bit. But who's to say that Hardy role is minimal? It's a very minimal role, but it's significant. Like, it's very significant. Like, very, very Hardy. Like, it's a small role, but it is so important to leading into the next movie. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think that that's what Jamie was more meaning so when he said Hardy. Not so much that Nev was going to be in this movie a lot, but that the role that she's going to play is going to have some type of big significance that's going to lead us into 7. I'm more leaning on that edge now, in all honesty. I am. Yeah, that seems like it would make more sense. It does. Yes, but yes, kind of like the cameo ending with Ghostface call or attacked and a cliffhanger ending because they already have S7 locked up. Okay, got you. Got you, Craven. Hello, autocorrect. Got you. Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm on board for it. I think that would serve better than actually having her in this movie more than 20 minutes or 30 minutes, which I would assume off first listen, what you would consider for a chunky part in the movie. But now that we're going back and forth here, in the chats and I'm here on the stream, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm starting to think that Jamie comment, maybe I misled myself. Maybe he wasn't saying she's going to have a hearty part in the movie in terms of runtime, but her part is very, very significant in this movie, which could set us up for the 7th movie. I'm leaning towards that. That's what Hardy means when Jamie says that now more than I initially took it at, face value. And that would line up. It makes sense. You know what I mean? We've said it before ourselves, Craven. You know what I mean? Like, we said it before ourselves. It would make sense as much as we want to see Stu back as soon as possible. You know what I mean? We would rather see it line up in 7 for the grand finale. You know what I mean? It would make more sense if they would do it in 7. And so far, it's looking like, if these rumors are true and all that stuff, it's looking like we might get what we're asking for. And I couldn't be more excited. Right? Me too, man. Me too, Conrad. I'm down for a cliffhanger scene in the end of Scream 6. Me too. I know some people don't like it because it's not the most Scream thing to do. You know what I mean? Outside of the TV series. Which that's another thing, I'm gonna save that for another stream because I'm excited about that and I'm hearing a lot about that, and that's an entity all in its own for me. You know what I mean? So we'll save that for another stream. But absolutely, that's not the most Scream thing to do, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, especially if it's done in that manner where we get, that last Ghostface making up that phone call, and you hear Cindy pick up the phone, and then the credits roll or whatnot, or you hear Ghostface saying, "Hello, Cindy." You know what I mean? And then goes the credits, whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? I would be down for that type of cliffhanger though, for sure. All right, before I move on to chats real quick, guys, I'm actually going to go grab me a quick drink real quick. And also, but before I do that, I got to hit the bathroom. I will be right back. I'll be right back. See, you push the laws and you end up dead. All right, I'll catch you in the kitchen with a knife. All right, I'm back. Let's catch up with some of these comments here. Larry says that's awesome, Craven. I've been thinking Nev will have a small role at the end, setting up seven. Hold on, all right, there we go. Setting up seven. Glad to hear that from you. Yes, yes, absolutely, Larry, for sure, man. Absolutely. That's something a lot of us, have been wanting, this entire time is we wanted this some type of cliffhanger, something that's going to lead into Nev having a larger role in seven, and hopefully we get back Stu then too. And me personally, hopefully Samantha is revealed that she's been involved that whole time, because I do. I'm That's just my belief. I think she's already in cahoots. She's already in cahoots with Stu. The plans have been put in motion for a while now, and now everything is just being going according to plan and being acted upon. That's right, Kirsten. Yep, I like the idea of a cliffhanger with her leading into seven. Yes, absolutely. I'm on board for that as well. Who says, yep, same here. Love that ending. Yep, that's what the sources are saying. Oh, man, I'm ready for that video. In terms of a small part of 90s of S6. Okay, got you. Yeah. Craven says, that's right, Marcus. I've been wanting Stu and Seven to end the trilogy for a long time. Very true. Yes, man. Yes, absolutely. I just think as much as, like your theory for him to come back and Scream 6, Craven, especially if Cindy wasn't in this movie or she wasn't in this movie completely, whatnot. Like, I love that theory in terms of like, trying to recruit Sam and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But we both agree it just would be better and would fit better if he's revealed in Scream 7. Like that, especially if we get that backstory that he's, this mastermind, this cult leader of the new Ghostface killers, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I think it would just be set up so perfectly, man. And hopefully we're getting what we want, buddy. Hopefully we're getting what we want, man. I'm very optimistic. I'm very, very optimistic now. Very, very optimistic. Oh, bro. Whoa. Bro, man. Tell me about it, Craven, man. You're going to get me started. You're going to get me started, man. That ending scene in 5 and just on top of the breadcrumbs that I saw throughout that movie, I'm convinced. I am convinced. She's involved. She knows what she's doing. She's a part of this with Stu. This is all an elaborate plan, setting everything up. I said it before. Now, especially if Nev is coming back, we can make the case that if Gail dies in this movie, they're setting up this whole anthology series, like I said, like I did a video about for the OG3. Because, like I said, Dewey was showcased more in Scream 5. They killed him off. Gail, especially if Nev is going to be in this movie, she might die. And if she dies, then leading into 7, at least leading into 7, even if you're not going to pull that trigger, and you shouldn't, in terms of killing Cindy Prescott, us as the fans, especially the newer generation or whatnot, are going to have it in the back of their mind. Will they actually kill Cindy Prescott off in 7? Because of Dewey dying in 5 and Gail if she does die in 6. Like, I think that, this is where we could possibly be getting. You know what I mean? I said it before. This new Scream trilogy could be some type of anthology series for the OG3, like a sending off. You know what I mean? Like, even if obviously we don't like the way Dewey was sent off, you know what I mean? That's just how they're doing it. You know what I mean? I have a video about that on the channel. If you guys haven't viewed it yet, I want to take a look at it. You know what I mean? Do yourself a favor, honestly, and check it out. I think make some very interesting points as to why that could be in this new Scream trilogy. You know what I mean? And so far, if everything is true, you know what I mean? It seems like, it could be lining up that way. because I personally believe if Nev is in this movie, I don't see how Courtney lives. I don't. I just don't. You know what I mean? You got to trim the fat somewhere, guys. So, and I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying that. You got to trim the fattening somewhere. So, if Sid is back in this movie, that even more increases my chances for Gail to be hasta la huevo in this, hasta la vista, I should say, in this movie. You know what I mean? I don't like her chances, especially if Cindy is back. Doesn't matter how long Cindy's back for, doesn't matter. I don't like Gail's chances in this movie even more now. Larry says, I wonder if they will drop small clues or Easter eggs in S6 hinting towards Stu's being alive. I mean, Larry, they already did in Scream 5. They already did in Scream 5. And I think, in my opinion, that's only going to be even more in 6. The Stu references will be ramped up in 6. I think the Easter eggs is going to get a nice boost. It's going to get a real nice boost. Real nice boost. I'm telling you, man, I do. They already gave us some nice little Easter eggs and clues in Scream 5. And I think in Scream 6, it's only going to be even more heightened, in my opinion. I do think there's going to be a lot more Stu Easter eggs. You know what I mean? I hope, I'll put it this way. I want more Stu Easter eggs, but not to the point where it's overwhelming, where we know he's back and he's alive. I want it to be on the edge of, do we know? Don't we know? You know what I mean? That's what I wanted. But one way or another, Stu's got to come back. He's got to. Craven said it a long time ago on one of his streams, and I'm going to say it here on my stream. If they do this trilogy and they don't bring Stu Macher back, it would be such a missed opportunity. I don't care how good the movies are without him, being revealed as a mastermind, or he's not in it at all. I don't care. It would be a tremendous missed opportunity if they don't have Stu Macher back at some point in this franchise, especially giving, the little Easter eggs. A lot of people who don't believe he's alive will say, oh, they were shaming the fans and they were making fun of the fans. No, they weren't. That's called fan service. Because my thing is this, is if they really wanted to hammer home the fact that Stu was dead, in their movie, they wouldn't have had to mention him at all. They would have never mentioned anything about him. They wouldn't even went as far as to rostering his nephew in that movie. Obviously Cal Gallner playing Vincent Macher or whatever. They wouldn't have did that. You know what I mean? If they didn't have some type of idea, in my opinion, to bring Stu Macher's character back, why all this speculation of Leslie Macher being in this next movie or somehow being introduced? Like, there's just too many Stu. Oh, I'm lagging out a little bit. Let it get it back. Okay, seems like we're okay now. But there's just too many Stu references, in my opinion, in 5, that if they don't bring him back at all in 6, well, especially in 6, because I don't think that's the direction we're heading. But if they don't bring him back at all in this franchise, in this new timeline, in this new trilogy, terrible missed opportunity. And I wouldn't be mad 100% if we got good movies, but I would feel very disappointed because I want to see Matthew Lillard back. In canon, that character is not dead. He was supposed to be back in Scream 3. I'm sorry, that alone trumps anybody out there who says Stu is dead. That trumps your whole argument. He was supposed to be in Scream 3. If Columbine didn't happen, we would have got that movie then. So in canon, the Stu Macher character is still alive. And I hope that they don't mess this opportunity up. They have a tremendous opportunity at their disposal. go through with it. Go through with it. You know, pull the plug. Or, you know what I mean? How can I say? Start the train. Start the train, damn it. Start the damn stew train. Let's go. Let's get this bad boy. It's already chugging, but let's put some power behind this bad boy. Now we're doing all the work. You know, Craven's the conductor. You know, us Cravenites are the one, you know, hanging out on the side of the train, you know, trying to get the word out. But we need these damn, you know, radio silence. We need these, you know, creators. Let's speed this process up a little bit. Let's ramp it up. You know what I mean? Add some power to the train. Add some speed. Put a turbo gadget on it. Something. Let's go. You know what I mean? Shoot, man. I definitely think we will. I do, though, think we will get more Stu references in Scream 6. And I hope we do. I just hope it's not overwhelming. I hope it's just maybe to the degree of Scream 5. If it's to the degree of Scream 5, I will be satisfied. But one way or another, Stu Macher's alive. Care what anybody tries to tell us. You won't convince me different. I'm sorry. Until he doesn't come back at all, you will never convince me that that character's dead. You won't do it. You will not do it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I mean, I get it. All the knife wounds in the TV, that's cupcake work. In all honesty, I've seen people in real life go through way worse punishment and live to tell about it. Like, and I'm being genuine when I say that. So, like, I've seen people take a lot worse punishment than in real life than the Stu Macher character took in 96 Scream. And these people are not even just living to tell about it. They're actually living okay lives somehow. You know what I mean? Maybe a few minor health complications, but not much, surprisingly. Memo Boy, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in, man. I greatly appreciate it. That's right, Memo Boy. Get it up. That's right, Craig. Keep spitting the facts, Marcus. Get it up. That's right. Get it up. That's right, man. I'm sorry. And people can sit there, and I'll say it again. You can sit there and try to convince me that the man is dead all you want to. The fact that they were going to bring him back in Scream 3 and the fact that we never got that movie in canon means that Stu Macher is alive. And you guys got to keep aware. Kevin Williamson is on the writing team. He's a consultant. You don't think he's sprinkling in those stews, some of those stew sprinkles that he had planned for Scream 3? Why do you think we got so many Stu references in Scream 5? Kevin knows what he's doing. We slowly cooking up that stew, guys. You know what I mean? We slowly cooking up that beautiful beef stew. We got the white rice cooking on the other pot. We got the yellow rice cooking on another pot. You know what I mean? We got this whole big dinner that we just prepping real slow, cooking it up real slow, so that when, you know, we do decide to serve it, it's nice and it's tender. You know what I mean? So, you know, you guys are satisfied. You know, you don't want nothing that's going to be all chewy and nasty. You want something that's tender, you know, that's going to just, you know, melt right off the fork. You know what I mean? That's what we cooking up over here. You know what I mean? That's what they're cooking up over there at Radio Silence and Kevin Williamson. You know what I mean? I'm telling you guys, you know what I mean? They're cooking something up with Stu Macher's character. And I think Scream 7, I'm right there with Craven. Scream 7 is when we're gonna get all the answers to the clues that is Stu. We're gonna get all those answers. I can't wait, man. Cannot wait. Is it March yet? Did we hold on? Did we just fast forward to March 2023? Is it the 30th yet? And tomorrow the movie comes out? Because I'm ready to go. Keep the stew clues very subtle in S6 like they were in S5. Yup, then watch out. Hurricane stew in S7. Yes. Yes. I agree. I agree for sure. Memo Boy says, I shot him 6 times. Thanks, man. Have you seen the movie Till Death with Megan Fox? Just watched it yesterday. I enjoyed it. Any thoughts, Marcus? I actually seen you mention that in Destin's comments last night, and I actually penciled that down as another movie when he was giving me off a list of movies to check out. That I do have penciled down, and that's something I am going to watch because I do like Megan Fox. I liked her. I liked her in Jennifer's Body, so yeah, that's something I am going to take a gander and check out. Thank you for the plug, Memo Boy. Okay. Conrad says, yeah. Conrad says Till Death is pretty good, Memo Boy. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out for sure, guys. Definitely. Yes, and that's another one I have penciled down. Someone's watching me. John Carpenter's Someone's Watching Me. Yes. Same year as Halloween 1978 that movie came out. That's insane. Guys, if you really think about it, right? And maybe this is kind of why they don't like each other. Well, why? I mean, obviously don't like each other because John Carpenter don't like the fact Rob Zombie lied on him. But if you realize there's a lot of similarities between them two in terms of the people they cast. Think about it like this. John Carpenter used to cast a lot of the same characters, like Charles Cyphers, the original Annie in Halloween, I forget her name or whatnot, but he would literally, the same type of actors, he would roster them in a lot of his movies, much like Rob Zombie does with his movies, with his wife and with Bill Moseley and, Sid Haig, when God rest his soul, when he was alive, and, William Forsythe, Ken Foree, all those guys. Like that's the one similarity that I have caught between Rob Zombie and John Carpenter, that especially with their movies, especially in John's original work, he would roster a lot of the same actors to portray these roles. Like Adrienne Bordeaux, she's in that, Somebody's Watching Me movie. Like, he'd roster a lot of the same actors to his movies. Nice little fun fact in terms of similarity about Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Zombie. Other than obviously their connection to the Halloween franchise, which Rob's, compared to John's is like an abomination. Like, so, but I thought that I should point that out real quick because I was just thinking about that. I was like, when I saw that, when I looked up that movie, Somebody's Watching Me last night, and I seen it had Adrienne Bordeaux, seen it had Charles Cyphers, that popped in my head like, John Carpenter was Rob Zombie before Rob Zombie was Rob Zombie, because John Carpenter was rostering a lot of the same actors in a lot of his movies, much like Rob Zombie does with him. Maybe that's where Rob, got his style, in terms of filming from. Maybe, that trope of having all your friends, be in the movies with you, that's where he got it from. We even see that in the comedy with Adam Sandler. So it's not, that's not like something that hasn't been done before, but it's just, a nice little fun fact I wanted to point out about those two that I thought about in my head. They roster a lot of the same actors to play, in their movies. Check the channel here, see if we made any progress on the subs. We got 9 people in the chat right now. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate you guys and all your support, for real. You guys don't understand. Like I said it earlier, you guys are the engine that makes us content creators, our engines run. You guys are the engines that make our vehicles run. You know what I mean? Without you guys and your support, you know what I mean? In all honesty, I may be just speaking for myself, or I may be speaking for everybody. You know what I mean? Who's to say we'd want to get up in the morning and do this? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I love doing what I do. I love talking horror. I love making videos, so I'd probably be doing it regardless. But the engagement and the support that you guys bring us in this community, guys, it's like putting a can of Nos on a Lamborghini. In all honesty, like, you guys just don't understand like how appreciated you guys are. Honestly, you guys make as I'll speak for myself in this regard. You guys make me want to get up and post videos and do live streams and just want to engage with you guys. You know what I mean? I love it. You know what I mean? I love this community and I love you guys. Honestly, you guys show so much support and I appreciate the hell out of you. Okay, we're at 190 subscribers. Okay, we did pick up 2 new subscribers. Hey, some type of progress is better than no progress at all. We are only 10 subscriptions away from 200 subs on the channel. So, guys, if you have any friends that love horror-related content or a little bit of wrestling content, share this stream, share the link to the channel to them. Tell them to come check me out. The support is greatly, greatly appreciated. And tell them to subscribe to the channel, especially if, like I said, they like horror content, they like some wrestling content, and they're not hip to this channel yet. You haven't seen my channel yet. Guys, give it a share and put them on. You know what I mean? Put the battery pack in them. You know what I mean? And get them over here in the chat so we can conversate with them as well. All right, Craven, my friend, I will be keeping my eyes peeled for that video, my friend, for sure. That is like my top of the list outside of my watch party later that I have going on with Val and Bob. That's like, I'm going to take a chill pill after the live stream, relax for a little bit. You know what I mean? Have some Marcus time. And I will be keeping my eyes posted for that video, my friend, for sure. And thank you, my friend. I greatly appreciate the compliment. I really do, man. Craven, you're always such a loyal supporter of me, man. Ever since I started joining the chats and all that stuff in your channel, you support everybody, my man. And I am so humble and greatly appreciative of you, my friend, for sure. Memo boy. Okay, guys, I'll say I'll go about another 10 minutes and then I'm going to hop off. So with that, whatever questions you guys have will be the time now to get them in here. We got 10 minutes for me to answer them and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to shut down this stream and I will catch you guys later. If you guys haven't seen the stream already on the channel, haven't seen it on Instagram, I already shared it. If I'm not mistaken, I did share it or whatnot. Me, Val, Valerie Janowski, and Bob from Hunting for Entertainment will be going live tonight around 9:30. I do want to reach out to Val and see if that is a good time for her. Might be a little bit later. Might have to reschedule it for like 10:30 if that's not an okay time. But if 9:30 is an okay time, at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be going live for a watch party, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is my first time ever watching this movie. So if you guys have seen the movie, please don't spoil it. But I would love for you guys to join in the chat, you know what I mean, and enjoy my first time experience with me. And even if you guys have never watched this movie, hit the chat box, get this movie on your streaming devices or whatever, and come join us for that live stream later. It should be a lot of fun. But Memo Boy says, Marcus, I know it's hard to pick, but if you can, which kill is your favorite in all the streams? For me personally, I think it would be too easy to say Dewey's kill just because how symbolic it was. I think I'm lagging a little bit. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's still a little bit laggy. There we go. Seems like this. To answer your question, Memo Boy, I think it would be easy to say Dewey because I really did like that kill because of how symbolic it was. The whole, slitting him from groin to sternum, Stu style. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I'd have to say, and it's two of them. It's two of them. Scream 96, Stephen Orff's death, and Scream 5, Samantha killing Richie. I'll get to Samantha killing Richie and why I have that so high on my ranking. But the original 96 Stephen Orff kill, to me, I don't feel like that gets a lot of love. That was so brutal. And you see it, especially in the if I'm not mistaken, Wes's director's cut, or kind of like his unrated, version of the film, you see even more guts and intestines rolling out of his stomach while he's being gutted, and you just see all that blood. Like, that kill, in my opinion, is not appreciated nor talked about enough. Like, guys, that was fucking gnarly. Like, in my opinion, that's my favorite kill in the entire Scream franchise because of the attention to detail that you got in that kill. You know what I mean? That's so I'd have to say it was not my number one, but my close second behind that, Samantha Carpenter, baby. You know what I mean? Like, the way what? Yo, oh man, her seeing do that to Richie just made me want her to be the killer. You know what I mean? Just, oh man, like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like the way she hacked that boy up, like, man, like, for me, like, that was those were my two favorite kills in the entire Scream franchise. I'd have to go Stephen Orff's death number one and Richie's death number two. Like I said, like, guys, like Samantha, like, what? That was like Craven said before. I think she stabbed him like 20 something times. Like, guys, man, for me, that seeing that scene, it's like euphoric because I have a huge crush on Melissa Barrera. You know what I mean? And that just made me love her even more. So just, and story wise, I really would like to see her eventually be already considered, or already be a mastermind, and is already helping Stu. And I think the way that she killed Richie in Scream 5 shows she got some experience with that knife. You know what I mean? So Stephen Orff's death in Scream 1 is my favorite kill in Scream franchise, period. But a close second is, in number 2 would be Samantha killing Richie. I mean, because she fucked him up real good, real good. But like I said, that Stephen Orff kill, man, that don't get no love. I don't know why. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Like, that was so fucking brutal, especially when he's just sitting there tied up, and you hear Ghostface, lucky for you, there's a bonus round. But poor Steve, I'm afraid he's out. And then you hear Steve, oh no, God no, or whatever and stuff, and you hear the knife cutting through him, and then you just see his eyes roll and his head tilt, and then you just see the lighting, and you just see all the guts and the intestines, and oh man. Another one you can even say was Casey Becker. Guys, bro, like, guys, let me tell you, you can even make the case for Casey Becker's death. Like, those were some brutal. The opening scene of 96 was brutal, and I don't think it gets talked about by how brutal it was. Like, a lot of us sit there and say, oh yeah, those were good kills, but I don't think we give it as much love as it should, man. Like, those original kills were gnarly. You see her hanging from the tree, and her guts or her insides are on the outside. Like, man, outside of Sam's, like, and maybe Olivia's, slash job, that was the most brutal we've ever seen the Scream movie. So I will say this, for Scream 6, I would like to see a brutal scene like that. Maybe somebody's tied up and then they get gutted after playing a game. Maybe that's the new opening scene for Scream 6. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see that type of brutality again in the Scream movie. Catch up on some of these chats. All right, we got 3 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to head out until later for the watch party and all that stuff. But I appreciate all of you guys who tuned in to watch. tuned in to, hit the chat box and, was engaging with me for these last 2.5, almost 3 hours. Guys, like I said, your support, words can't even put into description, just I can't even explain it, guys. You guys are amazing, honestly. You guys are just truly amazing. Yes, I agree, Memo Boy. Sam's kill is iconic. Yes. Yes. And just the way she guts him up and then the knife, wiping off the blood. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Don't tell me that you don't. What did Brandy say to Stu in the video store? Now you're telling me that's not a killer? Tell me that's not a killer. Tell me that job. You tell me that was her first. You tell me that was her first time killing, and I'll tell you this today was my first time smoking pot. It's a myth. It's a lie. You know what I mean? That's a lie. That was not her first time killing. You know what I mean? Like, it was not. And I really hope that if they do go that route, that she is a mastermind with Stu, I do hope we do get some context. Like, what was her first kill? Who did she kill first? Or who did she practice on? Something. Because, guys, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Roman didn't even do that great of a job. Charlie didn't do that great of a job. Hell, you can even say Mrs. Loomis and Mickey wasn't that brutal. Like, come on. Like I said, I'm going to recite Randy again. Now you're telling me that's not a killer? Like, come on. The girl's been gone for 5 years. She found out where Dewey lived with no problem, but don't remember where Stu mocked her? No. That girl, there's something up with that girl. Other than her being Billy Loomis's daughter, there's something up with her. But I agree with you. Yes, her kill is iconic. For sure. For sure. But she's a fucking killer, you guys. I don't care what anybody. Listen, I respect everybody else's opinion full-heartedly. But there's nobody that's going to convince me from what I saw on Screen 5 that there is no way that they couldn't go in that direction and turn her into a killer. You know what I mean? And if they don't, would I be upset? No, especially if you give me a good story and a good explanation. You know what I mean? But there's just breadcrumbs in Screen 5 that I see it with her, man. Like, I do. Kyle Brandon, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm catching right before I'm about to end, unfortunately, and all that stuff. But I don't know what you're doing tonight, Kyle. But I'm actually having a watch party with Val Janowski and Bob from Hunting for Entertainment. We are doing a watch party showcasing Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've never seen that movie before, so it should be a fun one. And if you want to, join the watch party later, obviously hit up all your streaming services or whatever, see if they have that movie, and come join us later. We'd love to have you. And real quick, Kyle, I commented I replied back to your comment that I seen that you put on me and Bob's, I guess it was Slasher Sunday, and you said nice to see OBJ and Bam Margera on a stream together. Bro, I will tell you that gave me an incredible laugh to start the day off. I needed that laugh, and I appreciate that. That was some funny shit. I saw that. I was just like, nice to see OBJ and Bam Margera doing a live stream together. That's great stuff. That's great stuff for real. Okay, real quick, I will answer your question though, Kyle, before I do head out. What odds is Sam wiping the blade is what Stu? What odd is Sam wiping the blade is what Stu did, not Billy? Yeah, and Stu could have taught her that. This is why I say, man, I do believe that there's some meat on the bone for that, man. I do. I think there's some meat on the bone for that. I do. I think, like I said it before, I think she's already involved with Stu. And there's credibility for that because we don't know what she did in 5 years. We don't know, like they did with Maureen. We don't know who she saw, where she went. We don't know anything. Other than, obviously, Scream 5, when we see her in Modesto with Richie, we don't know anything. You know what I mean? So, and then this is another thing, guys. And I watched Zach Cherry's video about, Richie, how he basically wouldn't have had enough time to get from Modesto and to Woodsboro back and all that stuff without Sam noticing him. And I'm on this thing that's like Sam was with him. She had to have been. She had to have been with him. How else would she know where the fuck Dewey lived? She was gone for 5 years. This is why this is so important before I leave, guys. I'm once again make my case for Sam. She was gone for 5 years or whatever. That's ample enough time to find Stu Macher in whatever facility he is at, write him a piece of fan mail, tell him who she is, and concoct and plan all this, new killing spree, what have you. Another thing is this. In those 5 years that she was gone, Dewey and Gail had moved to Woodsboro, moved out of that big house in Woodsboro, moved to New York, and then Dewey moved back. And then as we see in Scream 5, he's living in an old dirt road trailer somewhere. After 5 years of not being there, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand how the fuck you would be able to find his place without Richie taking you there himself. You know what I mean? So I'm more on this thing that it's like, if she is involved, to make up, for how did she know where Dewey lived? Well, it's simple. She was there with Richie, with Richie the night that a terror was attacked, and maybe she was there a few other times, casing the area, seeing where everybody lived or whatnot, and planning scenes, whatever may have you. But I'm telling you guys, like, you know what I mean? I'm not. She's just something about her. There's definitely something about her, and I'm onto her ass. And man, like I said, that kill in the end, it just love Melissa Barrera, man. That just tugged at my heartstrings. Bob, what's going on, buddy? I'm actually about to end this stream, Bob. You just came in at the last minute. And all that stuff. I'm actually about to end this stream, but I do got to send you this the link for Killer Clowns and all that stuff. So I'm about to do that here after I'm done with this stream. I wanted to do this stream at like 7:30, 8:30 in the morning and go all the way up to like 1 o'clock. But I ain't gonna lie, after Destin's stream, I ended up watching that movie, The Watcher or whatnot, and then I ended up going to bed at like 5:30 in the morning. So slept in a good bit until I went live here, you know what I mean, and stuff. So yeah, definitely I'm probably going to do a early live stream tomorrow, though. I do want to start doing like a real early live stream, kind of connect with a whole nother audience and all that stuff, because we do know that some people, overseas, like in Australia, like our good friend Wayne Turner, his time zones are completely different. So if I can go a little bit early in the morning and catch some of that, why not? You know what I mean? I would love to do that. Obviously you want to grow your audience for sure. So going that early wouldn't be a bad problem. Oh, I appreciate that, Conrad. Marcus is a good dude. He really puts a lot of work into his videos. I appreciate it. I try my best, man. I try my best. I will be honest with you guys, and I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I go through so many cuts doing my videos a day, like it's crazy. Like, because you're trying to, word everything right and stuff like that. So like, I have like literally a blooper reel, like of my voice recordings. It's ridiculous. Like how many cuts I go through a day trying to put one video out. It's nuts. But I do that because I want to be on point for you guys, and I want to make sense, and I want to sound okay while I'm talking. Sometimes I know, because I'm, the type of person I am, sometimes I talk fast, or sometimes I get a little excited and stuff. So I'll talk super fast, or, I'll get my words mixed up and all that stuff. So that's why I do all these cuts, you know what I mean, and stuff, in order that when I'm putting out these videos, I'm doing the best that I can in terms of dialogue, to make everybody understand what I'm trying to say and all that stuff. I mean, it's a process, but I definitely do try my best to put in the best work and a lot of work that I can. And I appreciate that, Conrad. Nice. Nice, Kyle. Nice for sure, man. Nice. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to start doing that, getting like a 7:30 a.m. stream, like an 8 o'clock stream. You know what I mean? Do some early bird stuff. Yeah, definitely. Bob says, but quite simple. We don't know what Wes and Tara's relationship, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just more or less, like I said, and we've had this discussion many times, Bob. You know what I mean? Like I said, I want to know exactly how the fuck did Sam know where to find our boy Dewey. There's things that they just left out, in my opinion, that, that can be explained. You know what I mean? And I understand, she's on medication and, things can make that type of stuff can make you forget. The only issue that I have with that is if she does, like, if she's on medication and that makes her forget, or remembering where Stu Macher lived, then she shouldn't be able to remember where Dewey lived. You know what I mean? That's my whole big argument for that. You know what I mean? But we'll see how this plays out, man, for sure. Bob, because you just got here, stay tuned for Craven's video because now Craven is saying, I don't know if you watched this last video on Nev, and if you did, how like yesterday he said he had it 70% odds that she's not returning compared to 30% odds that she is in his perspective. He was just in here not too long ago, and now his odds have completely flipped based on two new sources, and he's going to drop a video. He's saying that now his odds has flipped from Nev being 80% in this movie as opposed to 20% not. And from what he's hearing, she's only going to have a very, very small role, basically what we would think of as the cliffhanger ending. So, without giving too much away from what Craven was saying, stay tuned for Craven's video later, buddy. It should be an interesting watch for sure. Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm in the East Coast, buddy. Yeah. So So I'm in the East Coast. So whenever I do go live, it will be at like 7:30, 8:30, like Eastern time and all that, good stuff. You know what I mean? I know Craven is Central time, so he's like an hour behind. I mean, yeah, Bob, we talked about it before. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, until we get an official announcement, you know what I mean? Until we get an official Nev is back, we can't, we can't sit there. We can be excited of the speculation, but we can't hang our hats just yet. Nice. Yeah, I did see that. That's right. You and Jake are in Ohio. That's right. That is right. I was in Ohio in March for Horror Hound weekend. I did want to go back up in September, but with Monster Mania coming up, that would be too much of a stretch. So I'm probably going to wait to go to next year's Horror Hound weekend because I do love Horror Hound weekend, and I had a great time down there in Cincinnati, Sharonsville, Ohio. You know what I mean? Met some really good people. I did see that, comrade, about I did see that Christian's promos. He's damn sure doing some really great work. Straight savage mode, agreed. Good. He about time. He needs to be that way. Oh wow, yep. What? I was there at Horror Hound. Man, we missed each other. You know what I mean? So the next time I go, or whatever and stuff, I'll definitely, keep you in the loop and stuff, and we'll have to, link up down there, buddy, for sure. Hell yeah, I would love that. I would love to meet up. Maybe take a trip to the Waffle House. Waffle House, bang. Yeah, I mean, their Waffle House down there is good. All right, gang, I am going to head out of here for the stream. I greatly appreciate all of you who tuned in and watched this stream. We did get a couple new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribers. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. I greatly, greatly appreciate it, and I'm very, very happy that you are joining this wonderful community that we have growing here on Facebook, on YouTube. See, I can't even talk. And the reason why I said that is because I'm actually streaming to my Facebook page right now. So, mistakes happen, but I'm actually streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is the first time I've decided to stream on multiple platforms. And, won't be doing this a lot, but maybe like once or twice a month, maybe do something like that to where I'll stream to multiple platforms, try to bring a different type of audience in and see what we can get. You know what I mean? But again, I appreciate all of you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Remember, watch party, 9:30 o'clock Eastern time, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Be there. If you watched this movie before, I don't care. Show up in the chat box. Just don't give away any spoilers, please. But if you have not seen this movie yet, come join your boy, because I'm a newbie to this too, and we can enjoy being newbies together and watch this movie with Val and Bob on the live panel and have a great time. But once again, guys, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host, Marcus, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace. I shot him 6 times.